Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very good afternoon, and thank you, Center for Governance Studies, for organizing this wonderful session, for bringing all of the people under this one roof. And no doubt, I'm just like to go through my topics about the job, digital Bangladesh, education, and technology. And of course, in this technological era, we'll trust that everything is possible to analyze through the Google and through the available platform of the technology. But this is true that still our country is fighting in the education sector, technological sector, in other area. Because still our job area, I'm sure that employer always tell that we are not getting the right people. At the same time, the people, those who are coming from the university education after their graduation, they are always hungry to get the job. But why this is happening? As Nazneen Haq is already mentioned this, in her experience 23 years, the same thing is already she is experiencing. And Mr. Abdul Majid is also mentioned as a former NBR chairman. I think whenever they are coming from the retirement, I'm so sorry, I don't like to undermine anyone, then they are saying that this is the limitation. But when anyone is in the seat, they don't like to change the scenario. They don't like to change the policy. That is one of the key problem of our whole system. And the same system is going to the job sector also. You see, we are seeing that a lot of the white collar job is already coming. And our employer is now very much curious to get the foreign people. But again, at the same time, the policy maker, the educationalist, everyone are not looking after why and what is the reason behind the scene to bring all of the foreign white collar people. I think it is very easy that education system can make the proper bridging with the industry to find out the gap. But when we are coming to the microphone, we always tell the whole thing, but we are not working in real aspect. So this is the time. If you go to the university, and I'm sure that everybody that the 100 plus private universities established. And this is true, the government has a very good vision to establish in the 64 public university in every district. That's definitely a good vision. No doubt, in these 50 years, Bangladesh is developing a lot. I think no one can debate about this sector because the entrepreneur, the economical backbone is running by the entrepreneur. And this entrepreneur is also not get the education through the entrepreneurial journey. And until today, there is no university, those who are focusing the entrepreneurial education. But you see, if you commonly we give the example of the Harvard, commonly we give the example of the MIT, but all of these universities, they nurture continuously for creating the new entrepreneur, innovation, technological disruption, technological development, everything they are doing. So again, Bangladesh is really lucky because Honorable Prime Minister took the one initiative before coming to the power, and the same hotel, same ballroom, and luckily I was also present in this declaration, the digital Bangladesh. And no doubt, the digital Bangladesh is already implemented or accepted by every people. But this is also very bad luck. Whenever the technology is going to be implemented, it is also considered to whom it may concern. Is it rightly implemented, the technology? Because technology is also depend the human people, what the KPI, what the rubrics or what the setup I'll do it, what compliance should be our intention before set up the technology. That should be the key criteria. And at the same time, you see, as a previous speaker is already mentioned, because every time they are saying the same topics, so same thing is going on in the education sector. Because as a university founder, I am fighting a lot with my faculty to change their mindset. They thought that if I am changing my mindset, what will be my happen? Because the social respect is not considered for their evaluation, for their promotion, for their future perspective. So that need to be also considered, because if you are not considered the social respect, if you are not considered the people or the meritorious people based on his or her merit, then the people will not change their mindset. They thought that whatever technology I am already learning or giving the teaching, that I will be continuing. COVID-19 giving us a great lesson. Everyone is agree. I think the health sector, everyone is already, we mentioned that there was not a universal health policy or implementation. But what is the problem? Still there is no educational policy is developed that what should be the criteria after COVID-19, because all policy will be changing. You see, today this meeting is already organized physically. At the same time, there is a lot of people cannot participate physically; they join in virtually. So this is already established. But is it our education system is implemented? Are we really taking the proper precaution to change our course curriculum? No, nothing. Still, we are not taking consideration about again the technology. You know that university education is also not considered to looking after the best practices. What university is pioneer in what respect and why? And what professor or the research is really good for the society? It was not also, there was no, of course, University Grants Commission as a regulatory body, I don't like to criticize them. But again, this is someone should take the responsibility to find out the best practices. Someone should take the responsibility to find out the ranking. You know that the newspaper in every year we are saying the Times Higher Education is finding Bangladesh, this university is the best university. But you see, in Bangladesh aspect, we are not seeing why this university is, they are considered they are the top ranking university. What is the compliances? What is the KPI they set in? Why other universities not following? Why the private university or public university? What is the gap? And why the same common subject is still going on? Because the international demand, local demand, industry demand is every time is changing. But you see, in University Grants Commission or Ministry never look after that what should be the real subject or the educational component need to be teach to the student. And that is why we are not getting the right student. And that is why we are not getting the right people. So before concluding, I should say, of course, we always look after our neighboring country. If we look after the education system of India, what we will see? Whenever there is any demand created, they are taking the highest precaution to send their student abroad and giving them the full scholarship and getting their that is guaranteed that they should come back to the country and they should contribute to the demandable area which is needed for the development of the economy. So these sorts of lot of problem is going on, but again we are hopeful, as I mentioned in the earlier, despite of the lot of the problem, yes, Bangladesh is moving forward. Yes, Bangladesh is already entrepreneur as paying more tax. And you know that the tax net, as Abdul Majid is mentioned, the tax net is poor, but again we should praise that tax net is going to be the higher day by day. And the people are also, there is a lot of competition is going on now to give the highest tax or good tax. So again, so before concluding, as I already mentioned, this is the time, I think all of the stakeholders, we need to find out the best practices and we should follow the best practices rather to criticize commonly to everyone. Of course, there is a few faculty, there is a few university, there is a few company, those who are already doing good in respect of education, in respect of job, in respect of technology. So thank you very much and wish all of you good luck.